The views and opinions expressed by the StyleBeasting podcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the StyleBeasting podcast. Any content provided by our blog by me and the opinions by me are not intended by any melee of religion, ethnic groups, club, organizations, company, individuals, or anything blase, fucking blah. How you guys doing?
DropTop. Zaza.
Okay.
We gon' pull up in some Tahoes. Fill with my niggas and bitches. They don't get money, the motto. Shredding waves like I'm Otto. Full pockets filled up with money. Feeling like I hit the lotto.
Okay.
Flexing on all of these bitches. Black shirt, Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
Wherever I'm gonna go, these little hoes gonna follow. Told her to chill and be cool. Ease up when she swallow. Then I get back to these streets. Getting money is the motto. I'ma give them what they want. I'ma give them what they need.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Welcome back with another new episode of the StyleBeasting podcast with me, your host, Delton Wall, on episode 56. And today is a catch-up episode and also a remembrance episode, too, of old times. So, before I get into the podcast, I might as well let you guys know why I pushed the podcast back a week. So, it was my girlfriend's daughter's birthday, and I had a project I was going to do for her. I took a class in, well, let me start from the beginning. Angelina saw this old illustration I did when I was in college, and it was a beginner illustration class I took, and my mom kept it and put it up and always had it up. So she saw it alongside my niece, Amaya, and was like, hey, can I do this too? And I was like, sure. And I started showing her how to use Adobe Illustrator. And I secretly told her mom, hey, I'm gonna do this for her, and don't tell her I am gonna do it for her, because she seemed really ecstatic about it, and also she really loved the illustration I did for her. But I started showing her how to make shapes or whatever, and she really enjoyed it, and she seemed to really like it. So, and she said I was cool for like doing graphic design too, and that was like, I think my one and only time I was called cool by a kid, if I remember right. But I was working on all week doing it because I'm not the best illustrator. I'm not even going to sit here and cap like I am. So it was a little rough to do it because like all the pictures her mother gave me, it was her with a lot of hair. And I don't know, with black people hair is like rough to illustrate. Well, on my standpoint, because there's so many curls, there's so many like different textures, and I don't want like dreads or like braids that look like dookie plaits on our head. So I had to do it the right way. And let me tell you that, doing women like braids is the roughest thing I probably had to illustrate, because you had to get the line, the shading, and everything. Luckily, I was able to get it done and have it right, because I had to start over like 3 or 4 times so I could give it to her right. But she seemed to really, really, really fucking enjoy it, and I'm so happy that she really liked it. And I know this is probably like a week late, but happy birthday, Angelina. I love you. And I'm also going to do one for my niece, because she won't stop reaching for my picture, the illustrated picture of me. So I'm also going to have to get that to her too. And I'm really glad that she actually liked it. It put a smile on my face when she called and said, I really enjoyed the poster you made for me. I haven't seen it yet, or if she mounted it, but I'm glad that the thing that I made for her was very much appreciated, and she really liked it. But from the good news, I guess I get to the sad news. Rest in peace, Betty White, Bob Saget, and Miss Universe. with the information I got from the doctors off the news, it was, I thought the way Bob Saget died was on some like drug type shit, like he overdosed. But I'm glad it was just him having he had I think like a mild aneurysm because of because I was watching with my mom the other night. He suffered a head injury. I don't think it was like a crazy head injury, but he just suffered a head injury. And I think, and for what the doctor said, he went to sleep, and he just died. And if I remember what he said, when we get older, our brain gets smaller. And at 65, and with his health issues, if I'm right, a hit in the head could mess him up. Now, it's not just like, oh, if I just hit you in the head, just punch you in the head, you're gonna like die. But certain blows to the head might come as a risk later on down the line. I think Betty White just died of old age. She just passed. It was her time, and she passed on. So there was no foul play or stuff that she did. But Miss Universe is a different subject. Miss Universe, let me check her name because I don't want to just say Miss Universe and not say her name. Miss USA Chelsea Christ. I think it might be a week or two ago, she committed suicide, and she jumped out of a 60-story hotel in New York. And like I said, I'm not the guy who I'm not the big mental health guy. I care about people's mental health. Don't get it twisted. I do care. I just didn't see this coming. I mean, nobody saw it coming. But I woke up and I read it. I was like, what? Like, what? Like, you don't do that unwarranted. Like, there has to be something that if it was no foul play, which it wasn't, and she just did that was a rough decision. And I pray for her family and her loved ones through this troubling time, because I haven't seen negative articles about her, thank God, because we don't need that. Like, and we don't know what she was going through mentally, so it's probably a lot of stress and all that on her, and it's piled up on her. And at the end of the day, we don't know because she's no longer with us, so she can't tell us a story about why or how she was hurt. But at the end of the day, Miss Chelsea Christ, you will be missed. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, and I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for your family. I'm sorry for the loss of a good person that they did. And well, that's past all the sad news, but it's news that we still got to get through, because it has been a rough, because Betty White died before the new year started. Bob Saget died when the new year started, and then she died probably like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. It'll probably be 2 weeks after this, after I post this out. But yeah, it was a bunch of sad stuff that happened throughout the months. But off the sad, let's get to the good. Let's talk about music. Just like music. So the new music drop, as always. NLE Choppa, Me Versus Me, 2 Chainz, Don't Sell Itself, Yo Gotti, Cocaine Music 10, the final installment, which I'm glad to see. Drip Season 4 and Cocaine Music 5, and I think the Carter 5, I don't think it's going to be Carter 6. There's some installments of legacy albums that I'm glad I saw in. Like, I'm glad I saw all the Carters in. I don't think there's going to be a Dirty Sprite 3. But, like, the sequels, or, like, I guess, sequels, trilogies, or, I guess, MCUs, music cinematic universe. I'm glad to see certain stories end and them start a new story. Griselda with a new song called John Woo Flick. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm a big fan of Griselda. And I think Conway and Benny been dropping music lately. I don't think Westside been dropping as frequent because he just dropped 2 albums last year. So I think Conway and Benny's trying to keep up. Well, Benny became the new. I don't know if it's the executive. I think Benny became the new executive of Def Jam. And congratulations, Snoop Dogg, becoming for buying Death Row Records and owning Death Row Records. And that's another thing I want to congratulate too. Snoop Dogg owns. I don't know if he owns the music with the label, but he owns the music that he started with. Like all that, like Death Row Records when he was a part of, he owns all that. I mean, that's some hard shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's like stupid Lil Wayne buying Cash Money Records. Like, you bought it all and you own it all. Like, you own all the stuff that you did as Cash Money and Young Money. Like, that's some hard shit. Young Blue and Neo Walk Through the Fire is it's a single. Now, all right, so I'm gonna elaborate on this song. This song is a 10 out of 10, bro. Like, I'm gonna give Neo my props before I give Young Blue my props, but Young Blue deserves props. Neo, like, he glided on this song. Like, this nigga was hitting harmony. That nigga was Neo's that nigga. It's been a while since I heard a Neo song, but damn it, that nigga was flowing on his beat. Fucking, and Young Blue, I don't know why his voice is on like that old school deep voice, but I can sing type shit. And Neo and him together on that song was fire. Like, I think I ran that song back like 3 times. It's a really good, and shout out to Ashley for putting me on this song. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. And I think Young Blue released a snippet of it the same night I heard it, the video snippet. So, and it looks good too. So, can't wait to hear it. And I want to hear more music by Young Blue, which I might actually go and give his album a listen to. Sales, the LP, is that song off TikTok. Like, Pope is a rock star. You can take your clothes off. Like, that's my bag. Once you get into your alternative pop shit, that's my bag. Yeah, Pope is a rock star is a song. That's my shit. Y'all understand. Like, my music taste is so like off the wall. It makes no sense. Like, I'll listen to Doughboy 1 second, then I'll listen to like Justin Timberlake the next song. Like, it's just like switches like crazy like that. I don't know why I'm like that, but that's how I consume my music, and I like it. It's really fucking fire. But I gotta listen to NLE. I basically gotta listen to everybody's album. I heard a little bit of 2 Chainz album, but I'm gonna go back and listen to it all the way through. I think the only thing I heard really was that Young Blue song and that Sales album, and a little bit of that 2 Chainz album. So I'm going to listen to CM10 and Me Versus Me today, and Dope Don't Sell Itself all the way through. I think I heard like maybe the song Little Baby and like a couple other songs. Wait, hold on, let me see. I think I got it right here. Let me see what I listened to. Because I hit like on it. It was Kingpin's Ghostwriter. $1 million. No, not $1 million worth of game. Vlad TV. I heard that song. I think it was either Lost 10 Bracelets with the NBA Youngboy, which we also had to get into. NBA Youngboy has more gold plaques than Drake and Future. It's either Drake and Future or J. Cole and Future. Which, yeah, I think it's Drake and J. Cole, which tells you multiple things. NBA YoungBoy is like that nigga will hit some numbers. Like we talk about Drake, J. Cole, and all these niggas. The only reason we don't talk about YoungBoy is because YoungBoy being bullshit. But if we take away all the bullshit from NBA YoungBoy is a top act. Like that nigga. He's doing what Chief Keef should have been doing. And the reason why Chief Keef isn't like, and I don't want to say Chief Keef's bad or like try to put him down, but I think Chief Keef even said himself in interview when Apple first started Apple Music, Chief Keef was supposed to be the sponsor boy. Like, you know how it was like, oh shit, OVO Radio, Drake, Apple Music. That deal was supposed to go to Chief Keef, but because Chief Keef didn't care and he was like, whatever, he just passed it on. And he said this in an interview. I'll look it up, put it in the description box. But yeah, Chief Keef, low key, Chief Keef, if he went on with Apple Music and like he wasn't as headstrong as he once when he was like 17 and 18, he low key could have been literally right there with YoungBoy with gold plaques and shit. Like Chief Keef, we forget Chief Keef started a whole generation of young hitters. And even though you might say that's bad, but I mean, shit, look what birthed it music was. Now, it might have gone a little far with everybody becoming gangsters, but the music, as in the music, what I'm talking about, it came with some good shit. It was G Herbo, Lil Durk, Lil Bibby, a bunch of Fredo, and honestly, probably some niggas outside of Chicago. It influenced them too. So Chief Keef and NBA YoungBoy both get the trophy of influencing in music. I wouldn't say like Gucci Mane influence, but I would say, well, maybe Chief, because Lil Durk, and even though Chief Keef didn't sign G Herbo and all them niggas, out of all those Chicago niggas, Chief Keef's the best. And it just goes by like Chief started it, and even though Fredo and Durk were there at the beginning, at that time Durk went away and had to sit down for a bit, and Fredo was doing his thing. Rest in peace, Fredo Santana. And Ball Out too. Rest in peace, Ball Out. Or was it yeah, Ball Out, because Tato's alive. Yeah, and all those Glory Boys album mixtapes and all them niggas. But like I said, NBA YoungBoy, congratulations. I hope you get everything. I hope you get through all this label shit, and when you make music, you get all 100% your revenue. Because if you haven't been getting none of your money back on your YouTube, what you said, then that's like robbery. Because this nigga YouTube page, it blows. His YouTube numbers are ridiculous. Like better than Drake and J. Cole ridiculous. That's how big his numbers are. But that's it for all I have for the music section. I hope everybody gets better, and I hope everybody's in their right space mentally for their music and themselves and their family. So this week I was going to speak about manga, the new manga for this week, and to give you guys some updates on current mangas I've been reading. But I think I'm going to say that for next week, because next week is going to be this week is really going to be about the main reason that I actually had this, because a lot of the stuff I had, like the Kaiju number 8, Sakamoto Days, TR, the Tokyo Avengers, Miss Darling. I didn't watch the new episodes and the new Demon Slayer episode. I want to say that for another podcast because that correlates to something different. Because I definitely had to talk about Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan, so I'm gonna say that. But next week is I'm gonna get into the new hotness that's out here. So I'm definitely can't wait to give that to you. So off of the new music for this week, let's get into the video games. Well, the video game news for this week. And let's start with Nintendo Direct is supposed to drop something on the 9th. I don't know what it's going to be because I don't have a Switch, so I'm not that invested into it. But I do like Nintendo's games, and Nintendo be making really, really, really good games for the Switch. Like that new Pokemon game is ridiculous. It's literally Monster Hunter, Dark Souls, Breath of the Wild in one. Amen. And it's beautiful. Like I gotta get a Switch. Like I really gotta get a Switch. But it's a really good. It's Pokemon Arceus is amazing, and there was a lot of other early Switch games that came out that was like fucking bomb, like on some other world shit good. But also this week is the 25th. Well, the last week coming from this podcast is the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. The 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. The 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts. And I think the Switch is releasing every Kingdom Hearts from beginning to end, even though like some mobile game app thing in one game. So that's good to have all the games in one. And since the Switch do have great graphics, the Kingdom Hearts game is going to look really good on it. But let me give you all the big rundown why y'all really truly came here today. So today's episode is really based off of my re-love of playing fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! And I guess everybody's childhood of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel was placed in the PlayStation Store last week. I didn't know anything about it until like late last week, and I think my homeboy Brian hit me up and told me about it, but I ain't paying no mind because I was not saying I wasn't a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, but fucking like, well, let me start from here. When I met Brian from when I was in Durham, he was super into Yu-Gi-Oh. Like this nigga had like cars of cards when we were rooming together, and so we one day we sat down, we looked through, we made a deck. The deck I made was complete trash. It was like put together thing. I thought like basically I was Joey Wheeler of the universe. I was just putting shit together, thinking it was cool and was strong. I wasn't even trying to read. I was just like boom, 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 boom. Here you go. And I was playing like on some. I was season 2 and niggas was season 11. That's how far it was. And it was like new rules. They added new kinds of monsters like links, synchros, pendulums, XYZ is the same thing. Yeah, XYZ. What else? Like they added more of different variants of cards like I ain't ever seen before. Like it just brought back old memories and shit. Like, and just like everything else, any free game that we get as a group in our group, we keep download together and play it like a motherfucker, dude. Like, yeah, I've been up for like a couple nights, staying till like 4 o'clock in the morning, building a deck and playing online. Like, it's ridiculous how fucking my childhood came back and I got so involved in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it was like ridiculous. Now, when I started, bro, I went in there shooting for the stars. I was like, about to build an Elemental Hero deck. I'm about to be like Jaden. I was about to be in a bitch like, what was his catchphrase? get your game on. Like I was gonna say, I was definitely about to go in there and start playing. Now, when I got there, I didn't get Elemental Heroes at first. I have them now, thank fucking God. But at first, I was working with a synchro deck because I was going to use the. I'm not comfortable with Link monsters, and I damn sure is not going to use a basic dragon deck. No disrespect to niggas who do use the dragon deck, but I'm not like one of them niggas. Nani? And just like when I re-picked up Yu-Gi-Oh, I just picked strong monsters with the packs I did, and they are very generous. This Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel, like they gave you enough gems so you can buy the battle pass without spending any money. Like I haven't spent any money, like actual real money, and I got like cards that I really like, actually like. So it goes to show you that some of these free games, they actually give you shit without you having like to actually put like stupid money in. You can put stupid money in. Nobody's saying that you couldn't. I guess putting in like, because these YouTube content creators are putting in like thousands. Like as soon as I looked up Master how to build a deck, every subscriber, like a lot of subscribers I view and look at, they're already playing Master Duel. That if they play video games for like a living.
Groovy, baby.
Man, like this Yu-Gi-Oh game is fucking fire, bro. Like I am super absorbed. Like I was starting with a synchro deck, and now it became a Cyberus synchro deck. I'm still working that out. I was working with like 60 in the main deck and 15 in my extra, but I dumbed it down to like 56. Then I got my Elemental Heroes and I started building that deck. But it's a mixture of Elemental Heroes, Vision, Destiny, and maybe an Evil. Now I know it's kind of everywhere and I'm still trying to work the kinks out, but I think it's almost there too. I'm still trying to get that all the way really together. But the deck that I've been like winning a little bit, like a lot more often, like a little bit on the go, is my new I call it the table, ladders, and chairs, because it's nothing but like, well, I did call it table, ladders, and chairs because it was a Goki deck with dinosaur wrestling monsters, but like it's slowly just becoming a Goki deck because those dinosaur monsters won't help me a fucking bit. But once I took them niggas out and started playing with just the straight Goki, I was like murking niggas. Now I was doing so good, like I was just summoning shit, about to re-summon shit. Niggas surrendered on me twice because I was like going crazy. Like rank got me up there now. I'm like at least second rate duels with a second rate deck. Brian ass tried to fucking play me saying I'm a third rate duelist with a second rate deck on some Seto Kaiba type shit. And mind you, Brian plays with some bum ass Blackwing deck. Shout out to Joe, calls him the BBW. And I'm not gonna say the joke because that's an inside joke, but Brian knows. And I think Joe plays with Pendulum and Yoshi got his Pendulum deck together. I would have put Yoshi on the cover, but I thought he gave up on the game, but somehow this nigga just jumped back into life with it and started playing like a motherfucker again. And that nigga's pretty fucking decent. Like he almost like in a best of 3, Yoshi's always gonna win one. That's how good that's how like good he is on some freestyle and playing type shit. If he actually build a deck on some real straight shit on a structure, that nigga's gonna get like a dub 2 out of 3 times. So out of best out of 3, he's gonna win 2 all the time with that deck if he plays it right. And any of y'all that wants to duel, just comment under the when I post this and let me know when you got what's your friend code. We can play and we can run these duels. But you guys ain't fucking with my team. Me, Bryant, Joe, and Yoshi, we are basically I'm Yusei, Bryant's Crow, Joe's that nigga from Zexel, and I guess Yoshi would be no. Joe's the nigga from Arc V, though, because those deal with Pendulum, and I guess fuck. What would Yoshi be? Who would Yoshi be? Yoshi's Jack Atlas. Yeah, that's who Yoshi is. Yoshi's fucking Jack Atlas, an Australian sounding nigga. Red Dragon Orphan. This nigga sounded like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh damn. Ugh.
Yeah, boy.
But the deck I have, God, I gotta enunciate that mad fast. But the deck I have is pretty damn good. I have 3 solid ones. I don't know if I'm gonna like add. I think I'm just gonna keep the 3. I'm not gonna add any 4th or 5th deck. If I get a good set of Pendulum monsters, I'll definitely use those. Or the deck that Shark had in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. But after that, I'm not playing. I'm not build and maybe an Odd Eyes deck. But after that, I'm not building anything else. Because after that, it starts getting like too crazy, and I'm not trying to be like, what's that nigga name from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX who was British and had a seat was gold. He was raw. And he was just like an asshole at first. I'll look it up. I'll put a sound effect in it. I'll find it. Because like, if you're not spending real money and you're spending in-game money, it gets real expensive to get some of these cards, because some of these cards are labeled as normal, rare, super rare, ultra rare. Now, to make a card that you actually want, if you don't own it, it takes 30 like points. So if you only have like 300, you're going to make 10 cards and in a deck. And if you want to make a real expensive deck, you're going to be making like 70 cards. So that's like 2,000. So you're like 1,800 off. Like, it gets mad expensive. Like, it gets really expensive making these cards. I mean, that's if all the cards are ultra rare, which is highly doubt. But if it's not, it's going like you're gonna need like at least 3,000 for each individual point. If not, you're gonna be fucked up. So, I mean, the battle pass gives you enough to like buy shit. Like, that's why I fucking love, like, this game gives you so much. And this is just the start of it. It's a leak that they're planning on adding more decks, and they're planning on adding even more stuff in there, like tournaments, exhibitions. Like, they're going to be like, this could get on some high level type shit. Like, well, I don't know if it's not going to beat Fortnite, but it's going to probably be the best thing Yu-Gi-Oh! Has ever seen in a long time.
Pegasus, I sense that you're watching. Consider this a warning. Nothing you send against me will stop me.
And because of what I get when I get addicted to, I don't know why it's been like that for these damn free games, like Warzone. What other game was it? I think it was just Warzone that we played together. Warzone, Black Desert. Like, when those free games, when I like try to get on YouTube and try to research them, like, I start delving deep and I start finding some gems. Like, there's some really good, like, people who gave me some tips on how to build a deck. Like, there's some good people, and a lot of them are black YouTubers. Like, I think Joe sent a video of, because they give you a time limit on how to play the cards and all that shit. Like, sometimes I'll be like playing and rolling up, and then I turn around and say, you surrender because you took too long. And I'm like, what the fuck? And because the gang is pretty slow at like getting the shit done, sometimes we get surrendered. Or if our internet's fucking laggy, it'll just like drop on us, which fucking sucks, because it will be like, I was beating Joe ass and then the lag just hit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I was going to beat Joe ass, and fuck you, Joe.
Bitch ass white boy.
But normal people, do not blow all your money on building a deck. Please do not. Because you'll just be spending money like you spend money in Fortnite or Apex. You just like recklessly buying packs, buying shit you don't need. So, did they give you enough gems? Just do story mode. And then if you blow through all your gems like I did, then you buy it. But I'm not buying it yet because I'm actually getting nasty online. And as of this recording, I think I'm gold 4. So I'm pretty up there. Now, mind you, this is early beta just kind of shit. So there's no like recourse if you lose. Because I have lost a lot. Like these niggas is strong. Like these niggas is aggressively good at this game. Like no cap. Like I got clapped by niggas. Like, and also fuck you, Blue Eyes Dragon users. Like nigga, like all y'all niggas do is just summon Blue Eyes. Like I know that's the core concept of a Blue Eyes deck. But damn nigga, like why the fuck would the core concept be summoning a 3,000 point monster all the fucking time? Bitch. I ran into at least 10 of them niggas. Them niggas summoning Chaos Max Dragon. Now, I am the type of nigga, if you do play like 20 cards in the beginning, I will surrender and leave that match. I'm not sitting there for 5 minutes watch you go through your whole deck. Fuck you. I'm done. I ain't got time for it.
Period.
But it's nowhere but up from here on out. And just like my podcast, I'm going nowhere but up. That was bad. That was corny. I don't know why I put that in there. I'm definitely taking that out. Hopefully, if I remember. But yeah, I'm definitely getting stuck playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And since the whole gang is like, and even outside people I know is like, and so we can play. So it's definitely going to be a game that we're going to keep up this time. We were supposed to keep up Black Desert, but that was a bust. But I ain't gonna hold you guys up too long. I'm sorry I had you guys wait, but like I said, back to normal scheduling. And now that I have that I actually officially start my second job.
Yes, sir.
The podcast episodes will be coming out on Monday mornings now, starting next week. So thank you guys for listening. I'm sorry for the delay. Hasta luego, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
sit back like that, how they fumble up. I had sit back like that, how they fumble up. I had sit back like that, how they fumble up. I had sit back like that, how they fumble up. I had sit back like that, how they fumble up. I had sit back like that, how they fumble up.